I am your host, Craig Sewing. It is April 27th, 2012. Skoglin, who's a whale in the real estate industry, is going to break down some numbers as far as real estate local to San Diego here in just a bit.
Craig, thanks for having me.
So did you see the Case-Shiller this week? Pretty ugly numbers. 9 out of 20 cities ended up dropping. So I really want to set the record straight. I think people have reached out to me through CraigSewing.com, had a real negative feel about what's happening in real estate. San Diego's fine. I mean, I think that's fair to say, don't you?
I think we're coming out of it. You know, we've seen an inventory drop over the last 3 or 4 months of about 38%.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with lower inventory, supply and demand curve shows that, you know, we've got enough people out there right now, buyers looking to take advantage of low interest rates. We're in an election year, so we have a lot of positive press coming from news media. We're no longer hearing all the stories about loss of job, decline in income, more of get behind a candidate, support the country.
We have low interest rates, prices are low. What does that mean as far as opportunities for home buyers here in San Diego?
Well, I think a couple things. You know, one is when you have interest rates this low, you look at what even in the first year, what the money that you're putting against that mortgage, the amount that's paying off principal right from the get-go.
Yep.
So at 3.75, major cut into that principal balance right off the bat. The other thing is that, you know, it brings a lot of other people that typically wouldn't be able to get into the market into it, be able to qualify.
Right.
You know, maybe incomes are down a bit, but those low interest rates certainly help to keep those people involved in our marketplace and give them an opportunity.
40%, maybe higher, owe more than their house is worth. The question is, what do you do in that type of situation?
Yeah, I think first and foremost is counseling with somebody that has the experience and has the patience to help you to understand and look at all your alternatives. It's not about just walking in and saying you need to short sell the house. There's ways to certainly do modification. There's other alternatives out there that are certainly available to people to retain the house if that's their goal. But in a lot of cases, if you know it's an adult child of a baby boomer and they're taking care of a relative, if there's kids involved, a lot of people have economic strain that goes beyond just themselves or husband and wife. They're dealing with those day-to-day expenses.
75% of all the homes that foreclosed, millions of people never even listed their property. If you wouldn't mind speaking to the difference between someone who just rides it out as many payments as they possibly can versus someone who finally says, okay, let's do this the right way. Let's short sell. Let's protect our credit, protect ourselves legally. Explain the difference between the two.
Yeah, no, it's a real good question. And, you know, first of all, kind of to get back to, David does an excellent job analyzing what's going on with the situation, seeing if there's an alternative, you know, a modification. That's why I always insist and repeat, work with reputable people that we know in the industry that are going to be patient and guide you in the right direction. I see a lot of people, I mean, a lot of these listing appointments now are tiers at the table. We've got people with medical issues. We've got people with job loss, verifiable hardships. You know, those people really they're dealing with a lot of emotion. They're bearing a lot of weight in terms of what this investment has done to them. And you know, I think we as the stronger agents and brokers in the community need to shoulder that, come in with compassion, put yourselves, walk in their shoes, understand what they're dealing with, and help to guide them through the process. I explain to people when I talk about short sale, it's like, you know, getting crazy in college. You get arrested for something, and now for the rest of your life, you apply for a job or you go to fill out an application, you have to indicate that you have a record, you were arrested.
Sure.
Foreclosure is the same way. This is something that's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. On every credit application, if you answered honestly and you foreclosed, you're going to have to say, yes, I did.
Even if you didn't answer that question honestly, the repercussion of what's going to happen with your credit in itself is going to tell the story because it's going to just crush your credit.
Exactly. Yeah, and that leads to credit cards, auto loans, student loans for your kids, everything that you're going to be setting yourself up for in the future to leverage your good credit and have the ability to maintain your financial well-being.
Tim, thank you for coming in here and talking a little bit about the marketplace.
And Craig, I appreciate you having me. My son on the way to school today asked me if I was going to have to sing a song, so I'm glad.
Sing the song.
I'm glad Blake, he'll be disappointed,
well,
but we're not going to be singing today.
What do we got, Back in Black here? Let's sing us out, Tim. What's your kid's name?
Blake.
Blake, your dad did a great job today. Keep eating your Wheaties. Keep going to school. All the rest of you do the same. We'll see you back, same time, same place, next week on the Craig Sewing Show, right here on 1170 a.m., 6 p.m. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks.